Can you tell where's the truth and where's the fiction about guns in modern films? Or do you think it's not difficult to deceive me? I can't deceive myself. Test yourself by watching this episode of the New Soldier channel. Battle schemes with weapons always prove to be the most spectacular and popular in modern blockbusters. Whether it's a gunfight, sword fight, naval battles, or aliens with their space guns. In fact, it has nothing to do with real life, and it's all just myths made up in the movies and deep in our minds. So, where's the truth and where's the bloated fantasy of writers? You'll find it out soon. Welcome, this is New Soldier, and today we present to you an exciting action movie called The Collapse of Illusions. Let's go! Illusions Collapse number 1. A true sniper relies more on accurate calculation than a sharp eye. He's a skin. A shooter finds a secluded place, watches the enemy with the help of special optics, and having a good aim pulls the trigger. In fact, a sniper skill is much less related to the element of the optical device crosshairs than to the good knowledge of physics. These are completely different situations when the target is 7, 20, 30 meters or 2 kilometers away. We talked about it in more detail in the episode called Snipers, 8 best shots in history. When the target isn't 1 kilometer away, it is not only the wind resistance and the fall. Gunpowder burns fast in the cold and slow in the warmth. That means that the bullet will go out at different speeds in different weather. And don't forget to take into account the altitude. In this mountain air, the bullet will go fast and more flat. And we haven't touched on how the length and shape of the barrel affects a shot yet, and the fact that the rotation of the Earth can reduce effort to nothing. Anyway, not the snipers with the bigger rifles are scary, but those who are good at physics. Illusion Collapse number 2. The Infinite Gunfire. The bullets in films usually end only when there should be a skin of an epical fight between the main character and the main villain. Against this background, the volley of gunfire looks very funny. In the real world, in a minute of such intense firing, the deadly weapon would have stalled. The point is that the machine guns are designed for short-range fire support. The Rambus M60 was able to do 100 shots of continuous fire, or about a minute. After that, you'd have to take the machine apart and change the barrel. Then he could take another 100 shots, and then he would have to dismantle the gun again and take another new barrel somewhere. Now imagine, all this has to be done during a battle under the enemy's gun. Got it? You can leave your comments about it below the video. And we go on, and the next is Illusions Collapse number 3. The bulletproof vest keeps me safe. In the movies, Kevlar armor makes a man hardly invulnerable to firearms. Actually doesn't, or not really. Learn more about it in the episode called 11 Most Reliable Bulletproof Vests that will save your life in any situation. Today we just know that a lot depends on the class of the vest used and the bullet that hits it. And also the distance between the shooter and the target are important. Most types of armor hardly protect a person from an assault rifle shot. There's no point in talking about shooting somebody point blank. Also don't forget that the vest catches a bullet in the Kevlar fabric, but in fact doesn't dampen its energy. In other words, even a pistol bullet hitting a vest is very painful. Often serious calibers that don't break through, leave hematomas and even break bones. It's better than a hole in the meat, though, and the blood that splashes. Illusions Collapse number 4. Every Hollywood battle with swords was supposed to end with a broken blade. What do you think? What myths can be associated with swords? Those who fight with a piece of sharpened metal in their hands, and there aren't many options how you can swing them. Take the skin from Kingdom of Heaven, or the classic fight from Kill Bill as examples, or any duel from Pirates of the Caribbean. In fact, swords, like any blade, dull quickly from multiple blows. In real life, if you hit one blade against another so beautifully, any sword will turn into useless scrap very quickly. In addition, blades can easily break in half from such strong blows. Illusions Collapse number 5. A real air combat is not impressive. On the screen, air combats look more spectacular than anything else. The planes pass each other at a distance of almost an inch, lurching in the end, shooting continuously. In fact, in modern air combat, airplanes don't approach each other closer than a few kilometers. Sidewinder missiles for the shortest distance are designed for a distance of at least 1 kilometer, and most real battles are fought at much longer distances. And we are talking about the closest distances. When there's a fight at a long distance, it is impossible to see the enemy with the naked eye at all. A dot appears on the computer screen. You, sitting in the cockpit of a fighter, launch a rocket into the void. And a few minutes later somewhere there is an explosion which you also don't see. Illusions Collapse number 6. Battle of the Submarines is boredom to death. There is an intense silence aboard. Every submariner is immersed into his mission. Suddenly, a deafening whistling is added to the smooth rumble. You have been caught by an enemy boat. Urgent! We're doing an invasive maneuver. Most people know that submarines can see underwater through sonars, so there are no commands. Illusions Collapse number 7. Any gunshot that hits a car causes it to burn. A bullet hitting any part of a car will surely turn into a flaming torch. Of course not. Only trace ammunition has a chance of triggering an explosion in a fuel tank or a gas cylinder, provided that the tank is full of combustible vapors. The situation with cylinders, barrels, canisters, and all other containers is about the same, but the probability of an explosion still exists. So, it isn't necessary to check up yourself on a gas cylinder with a grandfather's hunting rifle, of course. That's it, folks. The big screen is lying, but we actually don't mind. Who will pay for a ticket to see the boring truth? Wouldn't we? Talk about it in the comments. Don't forget to share the most ridiculous attempts, in your opinion, to deceive the viewer, from which you have seen.